basketball. You guys took a season high in threes today, 32. How does that just unlock the offense for you guys?
I think we moved the ball really well today, and I think we haven't been shooting it well in the last couple games. I think that's huge. I think it gives everybody more space, gives Pav more space, Javen, Aiden more space to operate. Because if we're not shooting well, teams don't have to come out and guard us. So I think just space on the floor for them is the biggest thing.
Trying to throw post to you and Kirk Wine linked up for that huge dunk earlier off of your offensive rebound. Just kind of take me through the play and what you were feeling.
Man, it was a adrenaline rush. Really just grabbed the rebound. I seen him for the split second and just was able to make that pocket pass. And I believe he almost went up over like 2 defenders. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what he do. He's a high flyer, so he knew what to do.
Grant Keeper WAB, AJ, I know it's kind of been rough shooting for you these last few games, but obviously not the case tonight. How did it feel to see a couple going?
Yeah, I mean it feels good. I think you expect to have ups and downs. Obviously, when you're shooting a lot of threes, I think you're gonna have games where you're 0 for 5. You're gonna have games where you're 5 for 5. I think it's normal to have either. So I don't think there's really any reason to get upset about it or too high or too low. So.
Mark Olson, WAB, you guys both individually had spurts tonight where you guys both got into rhythm from deep. Can you talk about how you guys are trying to stay in rhythm and help fix him out, especially when you're not maybe looked upon as like the first option?
I would say it's just repetition and knowing that, the next shot is the next shot and you got to think it's going to go in every time. So, just repetition and staying in the gym, staying locked in, and trusting in your work. So that's the biggest thing. Can't never get too high, too low. Just got to be ready for the moment.
Especially coming into the game with off stretches where you guys haven't shot to your standards from 3, how important is it to just get rolling, keep going, keep that confidence up?
Yeah, I think it's big. I think the way we passed and found guys today was a huge part of it. I thought we moved the ball really well, and guys did a good job of creating for me. Like I didn't create any of my threes. Like they were all off other guys creating the shot for me. So I think that's the biggest thing today. I thought we both got really good looks.
Dior, it's been almost a year since you came in here with App State, had that crazy game with Kava, kind of domino effect into you coming here, and finally this last month you're starting see threes go, especially at home. Just how good does it feel to you're starting to finally get it together for you?
It feels great finally to see a couple go in, and it's a great feeling. I'm not gonna lie, like early on not being able to shoot the ball well and definitely seeing them going in late, it's really just a good feeling. Staying in the gym, just trusting in my work, really, but it's a great feeling.
Against a team that doesn't particularly shoot threes very well, what were you guys trying to focus on the defensive end today?
I think that we knew as a team they didn't shoot the ball particularly well coming in. I think the loading the floor, which we did well on in spurts, and taking away the easy ones. And I think a big thing that we didn't do great was not foul. That was definitely a key. We didn't do a great job of that. But I think forcing them to take shots that they don't necessarily want to take helped us a lot.
AJ, you and all 4 other starters were in double digits tonight. Just what is the chemistry like with that current starting lineup right now?
Oh yeah, I think not even just starting lineup, top to bottom, we have a close team. I think everybody on this team wants to see everybody succeed. There's nobody that's in it for themselves. So I think obviously it's been like that all year. May not have looked like it did tonight, but I think we're a close group. So I think the chemistry's good and even getting better.
Kevin Robinson, Athens semester, another game where you guys kind of take the lead and then just kind of hold it for all 40 minutes. Just kind of what does it take to be able to put a complete performance like that in this conference?
It's a 40-minute game, and we know that, at any point anybody can go on a run. So really just staying consistent through the whole 40 minutes, and winning every 4-minute war. That's what we do. So just knowing that it's a long game and there's ups and downs in the game, and just really trying to stay consistent. And when you get that lead, you just got to keep it and maintain it.
Dior, this is one of the more just aggressive and active games to the bench. I feel like how important is it just in terms of your list of priorities coming in, checking into the game, that energy comes first?
Energy is everything, really. So coming in, being aggressive early, I feel like that just gives my teammates confidence, helps them keep going. It's everything, really, honestly. And I feel like anytime that I can come in and bring great energy into the game, I feel like it's going to be a great game for everybody.
Save this one for that. How you guys both Cavs fans? Either of you Cavs fans?
I am, yeah.
What were your thoughts on the Harden trade?
What is it?
He got traded for Garland straight up.
Straight up?
Yeah.
I like it.
Whoa.
I like it. I think I like Harden, especially the way he's playing lately. So I think it'll be a good trade.
For DG, though?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate y'all. What do you want me to do? Call the Cavs front office? Meeting?
Thought it was a really good win for our program. Guys have had an urgency and been locked in these last two games, playing with an edge. And I thought with a short turnaround, I was a little worried. They had their bye this week, so we had a quick turnaround and didn't do much on Sunday. Came in, had a really good day, prep day yesterday. And, first half was good. The first war was long, kind of went back and forth, a little frenzy. I think it was 17-14. And then I thought our bench did a really, really good job coming in and, expand that lead to like 31-19. Finished the half the right way and, kind of went back and forth in the second half, but did a great job closing it out when we needed to, hit some big free throws. Thankfully, they missed, their free throws. Would have been a lot closer game. But, great win.
Cam Robertson, Athens semester, 2 really good games offensively, and you've done it in 2 different ways. Obviously, a lot of points in the paint last time out. Tonight, you guys hit season high 13 threes. Just what's kind of been the biggest change for you guys to have such a good offensive performance after a little stretch there where you're struggling on that end?
Yeah, I thought both games we really moved the ball well. It starts playing inside out, creating double team opportunities or one-on-one opportunities inside. Last game it was a high assist game. Tonight was a high assist game. At Buffalo, we didn't make our threes. Tonight we made our threes, and our guys are sharing the basketball. I think we have 19 assists, 18 assists, 9 turnovers. So that's probably been the biggest thing.
Looks with the post. Coach, all your starters were on the board in that first war, as you were talking about, and they all finished in double figures tonight. This has been your starting group for a little while now. Can you talk about how they've been meshing together as a group and what specifically was working well for them tonight?
Yeah, I think the trust is there. Like I said, they play off each other the right way, and when you got 2 guys like Hadaway and Javen that can post up and demand a double team, and then you throw Pav in there, you can post him up, or he drives in there, he's going to draw a double team. Now it's a matter of executing, and we knew coming in they were going to be heavy gap help. That's what they do. Shots were going to be there, and Pav did a great job of facilitating. And I thought, like I said, I thought our bench was really, really good. Dior had some huge minutes there. Kier, some big minutes. Jesse, some big minutes. Jalen Breath, and that was a good shot in the arm for us.
Looking at the major basketball, AJ talked about how you guys were really looking to create shots from beyond the arc, really unlock guys like him and Dior. How did you guys really just go about looking for those shots? Was it getting fame?
Yeah, I mean, coming into a game, you have an idea how they're going to guard you, what you're going to do. And like I said, we knew they were going to be very gap-oriented and heavy. And normally they play a drop coverage and ball screens, but they trapped Pav and strung that thing out. So once Pav kind of creates that double team and 2 guys on the ball, it's 3v2 somewhere, 2v1 somewhere. So now it's about getting the ball out, making the right play, whether it's a short roll, dump off to our 5s, or kind of a throwback to our guard. Now you got to make the right play.
Trying to fit on with the post. You got rebounded Western by 10 tonight. Every player that played had at least 1 rebound. Just how big is that to out-rebound team, especially with some of the height that Western is?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big key coming in. Transition defense and rebounding. It's kind of been, coach's MO coming from Michigan State. They got us a couple times in transition. We didn't have the urgency that we needed. And then I think they were averaging 12.5 offensive boards, 34.5% of their misses they were getting back. So our goal was kind of 10 and under, and to hold them to 8 was really big.
Coach Mark Olson, WAB, you guys had a really balanced scoring effort tonight. Can you talk about the impact of having your offense, or the opposing defense, really have to respect 5 guys on the floor instead of just maybe 1 or 2?
Yeah, I mean, all year it's kind of been like that, evenly spread around, guys sharing the basketball, and when you play complementary basketball inside out, and inside out can be Pav driving in there. It's fun to watch. It's fun to play in. The ball moves, you shift the defense, and I've said it all year. When we make shots, we're a different team. And I'll go back to Kent State. We were 7 for 31, and 18 of those 31 were wide open threes. We made 4 of them. And you make 3 or 4 of those, that's a completely different ball game. So it's an equalizer for us, and we got to keep repping it, keep confident, and shoot it with confidence.
Greg Keeper, WAB. these last 2 games, it's felt like everything you guys haven't done well have been the things you've done well. What is it that's changed, in just a week's span?
Yeah, I think we've done it well in spurts in our losses, and obviously it's not good enough to win a game. And it's about putting it together. Playing that complete 40 minutes. What was it, a 4-point game at Kent? 4, and we didn't play very well. And even Akron, we got off to a poor start, and Akron's really good. Kent's really good. So I think for us, it's just a mindset of continue to get better. Right, come in and prepare the right way. Don't get tired of preparing to win on the court, off the court. And we got 6 seniors. I challenged those seniors after our Kent State game. How do you want to end this thing? And Pav's more vocal now, and the commitment levels there, the investments there. And when you get to February, teams are going up, but they're going down. And knock on wood, our teams have normally played their best basketball heading into March. And we got to keep it going. I don't know much about Old Dominion. I'll dive into them tomorrow. Win that game. You got a week off, and you're playing your rival on national TV on Friday.
They ended up shooting less than 50% from the line, but 25 total attempts. It's kind of been a trend recently, teams shooting 20, 25, 30 free throws against you guys. Has that been a concern at all on the defensive end of trying to, defend without fouling?
Yeah, last 2 days we've worked on our free throw defense, so guarding the basket as a joke. You guys didn't get that. Come on.
I got it.
Thank you. We fouled too much. We were fortunate, that they missed. It would have been a completely different ball game. And, like I said, I think, a lot of those, without watching the film, we're in transition where they're getting the ball out quick, they're pushing it, advanced passing it, and, they're just putting their head down and going. And, the urgency, like I said, wasn't there like we needed it to be. And very fortunate. But, yes, to answer your question, that is a concern, putting guys on the line and fouling like that.
James averaging over 20 points per game in these back-to-back wins. Decisions look like they're coming a lot quicker and more confident with the ball in his hands. How important has it been to get him a month?
Yeah, really good. When he's doing that, we're a completely different team. Whether you play on 1v1, whether you double team him, where's the double team coming from? And, like I said, Jesse out there, Dior, when those guys are hitting shots, JJ, that makes a big difference. And then you got Hadaway over there, same thing, an inside-out presence. But, Javen's been big, and, we're going to continue to need him these last, 6 games.
Coach, you guys were able to take care of business pretty convincingly against a team that entered the game in last place in the conference. Can you talk about what it means to just get off to that hot start and basically kill off any notion that they'd be able to hang with you guys for the 40 minutes?
Yeah, listen, that's a good team. They had Akron down 14 in the first half. They were down 16 to UMass and came back and lost by 3. And, I've said this before, anybody can beat anybody on any night, and you got to bring your A game. And if you don't have that mental, fortitude, a team goes on a run. We withstood some runs. And, you have to respect everybody, and, we're not good enough to, come in and just roll the balls out. I mean, I think that's where you depend on your seniors, guys that have been in the program before. And, we need to maintain this edge, this focus, and this urgency.
I know you said you haven't dove into Old Dominion, but, the MAC Sun Belt Challenge, every year it's felt like it's pretty even, but on paper, the MAC a lot better league than the Sun Belt top to bottom this year. With, just the way it is going on the road this time, just what are your thoughts on, the second leg for the league as a whole of the challenge?
Yeah, I think if you, across the board, if you ask every MAC coach, they'd tell you that, they'd rather have one game, alternated every year, home and away. But we've lost that battle. And, the premise of it is to give the top teams another kind of RPI net boost, from that standpoint. But there's no easy way to travel, to really any MAC game, to really any Sun Belt, place. And, it's another expenditure, for us. But we'll head up Friday morning to Columbus, fly down there and practice Friday night. We try to get them to change the game time to earlier so we can fly back. But, I think it's a 7 o'clock game. So we'll stay the night down there and fly back on Sunday. And, it'll kind of be refreshing, a little bit to play somebody different that doesn't really know what you're doing and, kind of going in with that mindset. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe, stay warm.